Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Box Office Talk. This is the show where I break down what happened at the box office, see if my predictions for the top 5 are correct, and then make predictions for next week's top 5. So let's get right on into it. Last week I predicted that number 1 would be Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald, number 2 would be The Grinch, number 3 would be Widows, number 4 would be Bohemian Rhapsody, and number 5 would be Instant Family. And I only got 3 out of 5 of my predictions right. I think that's the same as last weekend too, which is still not bad, but it definitely kind of caught me off guard. So let's go over what happened in the overall top 10. Number 1 was Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. I think everyone was curious to see how this film was going to do, and comparatively to the first Fantastic Beasts movie, it made $12 million less on its opening weekend, making $62 million, and of course worldwide it is already sitting at $253 million, so obviously this isn't like a big deal that it's the lowest opening compared to the first one, but when you also compare it to the other Harry Potter films, this is still the lowest grossing one out of them all. Like literally none of the other ones have had such a low gross as this. So I think this might show some signs of waning of the Harry Potter Fantastic Beasts fandom. The hype might be dying down by a lot right now. The budget is $200 million, so as I said earlier, that $253 million worldwide count is pretty fantastic for it. Like, it's still going to make a huge profit off of this, but I think this definitely shows signs that over the course of the next 3 Fantastic Beasts movies that they're going to get in this 5-movie series, we're going to see a lot of waning as far as audiences showing up at the theater. Number 2, we have The Grinch making $38 million, holding over pretty well domestically, adding to a domestic total of $126 million, and on the worldwide chart it is sitting at $151. So it has doubled its $75 million budget, and now it's going to go on to eventually triple that, probably quadruple it. I can guarantee that this is only the beginning of its overall worldwide total. I'm sure there's plenty of other places this movie is going to be released, and it's going to make a ton more money, and it's already, as far as the other Dr. Seuss films, it's already outgrossed the entirety of The Cat in the Hat. So it's definitely, I think, gonna outgross some of the other ones as well. Number 3, we have Bohemian Rhapsody making $15 million, adding to a domestic total of $127, and on the worldwide chart it is sitting at $384 million, so $16 million away from getting to $400 million worldwide. That's pretty good. Once again, I'm glad that people are having fun with this and they're going out to see it and enjoying it. I can't really agree with that aspect, but at least there are people out there that are liking this and giving Bryan Singer more money, because that's one thing that the world needs. Bryan Singer getting more money so that he can go on to direct more films like Red Sonja. Moving on to number 4, we have Instant Family making $14 million, and this is on a budget of $48 million, so it's not really that great of a starter, especially since there's no worldwide numbers out right now, but it definitely did much better than I thought it would, since it opened at number 4, and also beat out number 5, which was Widows, only making $12 million this weekend, on a budget that's a little lower than Instant Family, sitting at $42 million, but with an opening of $12 million and only a worldwide total of about $19 million right now, it's not that good of a startup. It's going to need a huge boost worldwide in order to make that money back, and I'm not entirely sure if it will at this point. I think this movie actually will go down as being a big flop, which is a little disappointing since I've been hearing a lot of great things about it, but you know, what can you do? There's certain movies that just get a lot of praise and then flop, and there's just no real explanation for it. Number 6, we had The Nutcracker and the Four Realms, making $4.6 million, adding to a domestic total of $43, and on the worldwide chart, it is sitting at $116. So $4 million until it crosses the initial production budget of $120 million, but it still needs about $124 million more in order to actually double it and actually make more of a profit, and it's just not going to do that at all. It's going to leave the top 10 soon, like probably not next weekend, but the weekend after, and no one's going to really remember this movie, guarantee it. Number 7, we have A Star is Born, making $4.3 million, adding to a domestic total of $185 million, and on the worldwide chart, it is sitting at $341. So very good for A Star is Born. As I've been saying for so long now, this movie is doing great financially, and I'm so happy for Bradley Cooper and Warner Brothers' success with this one. But moving on to number 8, which is not as financially successful as A Star is Born, a lot of those in the top 10, but at number 8, we have Overlord making $3 million, adding to a domestic total of $17 million, and on the worldwide chart, it is sitting at $32 million. So about $6 million more until it gets past the initial production budget of $38 million, but as I've been saying, it really needs to double its budget. It needs to get to 76 million, and it's just looking like it's not going to do that. Which, honestly, I'm really shocked by that, because there was a small bit of hype when the trailers first came out for it. But I guess now that it's actually out and has been getting some pretty positive buzz, no one's really been wanting to go out and see it, I guess. I really don't know how to feel about that. I'm not really sure how to explain that or how to figure that out, that there was some form of hype beforehand, but now it's kind of gone away and has not really made the money that it needs to. Number 9, we have The Girl in the Spider's Web making 2.5 million, and on the domestic total that is 13 million, and on the worldwide chart it is sitting at 26 million. So once again, another huge flop in this top 10. It needs $86 million to be considered a success, so it's $60 million behind, basically, which is a huge bummer for the studio, I guess. But like I've said last weekend, and maybe the week before, I forgot when this movie came out, honestly, the fact that they waited so long to make another Girl with the Dragon Tattoo movie, and it's not even the same cast or same story anymore, basically, obviously that's going to disappoint some people that might have actually considered it beforehand. Now, finally closing out the video, number 10, a movie I've never heard of, don't know much about at all, so I'm just going to get it over with. Burn the Stage, making 2.4 million, adding to a domestic total of 3 million. Now it's time for the fun part, the predictions for next week's top 5. Number 1, I think, will be Ralph Breaks the Internet. I think that's an easy one to go with. Number 2, Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. Then number 3, Creed 2. Number 4, The Grinch. And then number 5, Robin Hood. But what are your predictions for next week's top 5? Leave them in the comments below, and if you got your predictions right for this week, you're going to get a shout out right now. Unless you didn't get it right, then I'm sorry. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Jackson Fulcher. See you guys next time.